Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself, spiritual awakening for divine in the flesh. Now with the replays on IGTV at dakini.kiss, where together we learn how to surf and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, creating a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception managed reality matrix of five senses, having discovered our true divine creative natures in our true central sensorial universe of seven senses, composing formless into form outside of the matrix in the true quantum field creation field universe. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that when I upload videos, YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest selves, your bestest and brightest light, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my darlings, my love bugs. I almost choked on some spit here. Holy moly. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty, episode 222, post Hallmark fuckery of the Valentine's Day. And you know me, I've got to make fun of all this shit because too many of us fall for the cray-cray of this bullshit, of the uber disappointment of it all, because it never quite lives up to the hype. Now, does it? Whilst suffering for the sake of mass consciousness, zombified stupid. Okay? Now, both men and women fall for it. The pressure is huge, and yet, in truth, most of us are completely unconscious and ridiculously wounded when it comes to our love relationships. So, in today's video, I thought I would do a rant on the importance of valuing yourself. Whether you are a man or a woman, it matters not. Now, the bottom line, falling for someone who does not value you the way you deserve is more dangerous than it seems. Okay? In other words, you have to value yourself, kids. That's where it starts. So here are a few reasons, okay, that we really need to choose partners who value us. Choose friends who value us, family members who value us. Okay, now, number one, the wasting of time that will never come back to you. Now, I hear this constantly, and it's a few months here, a few months there, tolerating bullshit, tolerating bad behavior, or inconsistency, or non-communication. And before you know it, man, it's been a few years, right? Wasted, and she or he is never going to change, let alone meet you. And what are some of the results when you settle for someone who does not match you in beliefs, values, temperament, communication style, worldview? Okay. Yes, those pervasive feelings of rejection, the emotional uncertainty that creeps into your other decisions, a loss of confidence, the confusion and anxiety, the secret feelings of shame and guilt that feed those debilitating, yes, and those deliberate feelings of doubt about what you have to offer. Do you have anything to offer? And often these feelings leave you spun out, feeling angry, bitter, lonely, miserable, fuck the world, fuck you, I'm better on my own, okay? Not to mention how your beliefs about love and men and women get more fucked up and more distorted, making it even harder the next time you put yourself out there, if you ever do. Okay? And once you finally realize after a whole lot of pain and suffering that the person in question that you've been ruminating over, okay, is never stepping up anytime soon, ouch, okay? And because detaching emotionally from a person who isn't an excellent fit for your future isn't the same as intellectually understanding it, Okay, our hearts can only take in so much brutality from more trauma bonding, more feelings of confusion and feeling stuck, unable to let go of someone you need to let go of, all because most of us cannot face ourselves alone. Okay, you've not mastered self-love, self-care, still defaulting to that big fat lie that someone out there is going to complete you so you never have to face yourself. Okay, now I've been there, done that, and for me, my default is flight, running away. I prefer my hermitage to liars and users, toxicity, low vibe, low quality connections, and very bad, boring, or non-existent sex. Okay, learning to value yourself is gold, kids. Okay, now Dr. Jordan Peterson, love him, lists 3 non-negotiable principles to consider when selecting a romantic partner. Okay, number 1, operate truthfully. Now, this first principle is foundational in cultivating trust in a relationship by being transparent about every action you make in your life. Yes, I am not kidding you. There is, however, one caveat, okay? And that caveat is to start with being honest with yourself first and foremost, and then share with your partner who you are and what you stand for. But you have to do the great work. You need to constantly evaluate if your actions create trust in your relationships or take away from them, and vice versa. Okay, number 2, the second principle is the ability to negotiate. Now, the right person for you is someone you can negotiate with, because there will always be differences between you and that person. In other words, you're not going to find a clone of yourself. And if you are, have mercy. I don't want to be with a clone of me. Okay, let's make that clear. And there should be differences, because that means that the two of you are going to be bringing something different to your proverbial table, different skill sets to be able to handle problems and issues. And that means that you have a more diverse range of potential responses, okay, which can be good, and there will also be conflict. That's a given. Can you negotiate through those conflicts? And will the other person stick to their negotiated solution, or are they flake? Okay, now if you find someone like that and they're of approximately the right age, I call it age appropriate, and everything else seems to be in order, then that is a great sign. Okay, so the third principle is compatibility. Now, what the fuck does that mean? All right, you don't want too much of a mismatch between you and your partner on the 5 fundamental dimensions. Now, let me remind all of us of what the hell Jordan Peterson is talking about. So the first fundamental is openness to experience, and this is sometimes called intellect or imagination, creativity. It measures your levels of creativity and desire for knowledge and new experiences. So in other words, if you have a partner who is afraid of everything, that is not going to be a good deal for you. Okay, the second of the 5 fundamental dimensions, conscientiousness. Now, this looks at the level of care you take in your life and work. If you score high in conscientiousness, which I do, you'll likely be organized and thorough and know how to make plans and follow through, not be a flake. Now, if you score low, you're most likely to be lax and disorganized. So, you've got to see if those parts fit, okay? So conscientiousness. The third one is extroversion versus introversion. Now, this dimension, measures your level of sociability. Are you outgoing or are you very, very quiet? Do you draw energy from a crowd, or do you find it challenging to work and communicate with other people? Okay, now I've heard of people, opposites attract. Perhaps. I have to tell you, though, that my best relationships have been with folks who are very similar to me, where we balance each other out. So there has to be a balance there. Okay, so the fourth aspect is agreeableness. Now, this dimension measures how well you get along with other people. Are you considerate? Are you helpful? Are you willing to compromise? Or do you tend to impose your needs onto others? Do you tend to be conflict-oriented? Do you tend to be a bully or a victim, a perpetrator? Okay, figure that one out. And then the final one, the fifth element, is natural reactions or emotional stability. Now, Jordan Peterson calls this neuroticism. I tend to not like that because it makes us all sound a little wacky, and we already are very, very challenged. So I like natural reactions, and what this does is that it measures our emotional reactions. Do you react negatively or calmly to bad news? Do you fly off the handle? Do you worry obsessively about small details? Or are you relaxed in stressful situations? How do you negotiate that with your partner? So, for example, if you're extroverted and you have an introverted partner, okay, opposites attract, remember? You're going to engage in continual conflict about how much social activity the two of you should subject yourselves to. And it's very, very difficult and challenging for people who broadly differ on those dimensions to come to a consensus reality or compromise, because it's not just a matter of opinion, right? It's a matter of difference. Okay, and so this is why it's helpful to understand your own personality, and it gives you better odds of finding someone that you can live with in the long run. Somebody where there's a compatibility, a give and take. And this is where it becomes really important to be able to negotiate if you're going to have the same friends or a handful of friends that are in common, or to be able to go in divergent directions regarding your social lives. Now, I've had those relationships before where my social scene was very different from my partner, and guess what? It did not work. Now, for myself, my biggest stumbling block, I'm going to be very, very candid, was choosing partners who didn't even come close to matching my energy level, my morality, my values for honesty, fidelity, loyalty, family, and natural law. So, of course, it's no surprise, that choosing partners who embodied moral relativism was not a good match for me. Now, in my defense, and this is fucking silly as shit. I mean, I look at this, I'm like going, what? So in my folly to accept folks as they are. I mean, talk about new age bullshit and trying to uphold that. Not happening, you know, allowing people to be different from me. I wasted many years settling for partners I ended up despising in the deep, and really harmed myself being surrounded by low-level, low-value partners, believing, okay, that it was okay for them to be that vastly different from me, but also believing deep down that I would eventually change them. Yikes. Okay. Now, in the end, I ended up leaving and I wasted a lot of time. Now, as with any category of your life, when it comes to setting intentions for up-leveling your love relationship sector, your task is not to achieve any goals, but to achieve the feeling that the goal is already materialized and completed because it's already achieved and created in the space of variations, the metaphysical space, the true quantum field creation field universe. Now, I know that this sounds hella tricky because it is a hard sell to up level when your feeling level is leveled in a particular sector of your life. And by leveled, I mean decimated, like you feel like shit. But I'm encouraging you all to be in your hellified metaphysician self and change out your love sector's film role for something you prefer. Okay, now your great work, my loves, is to clarify what you intend to create and materialize in all sectors and categories of your life. Okay, so if you're focusing on your love relationship sector, I'm fucking serious, kids. This is advanced reality creation at its highest, utilizing the film archives available to each and every one of us that encapsulates that high vibe, uber juicy, happy, content, hot damn, sexy feeling place. So I am going to pop that recent video of mine regarding meeting me at the film archives at the top left-hand corner at the end of the video. Now, once you achieve this feeling, you won't have the feeling of waiting, hoping, or asking for anything. Why? Because you intended and it is given. It is done. It's a done deal. And it is finished. Okay, you just have to meet it. Now, the idea is simple, but applying it takes focus. So make sure you own your focus in your attention center. You have to exit the matrix. You have to get the fuck out of the matrix. How do you get the fuck out of the matrix? You wake yourself up. Hello, I'm going to talk about this again and again. And you can achieve this by working seriously, consistently, purposefully, on the feelings, internal and external, with your focus in the true quantum field creation field universe, activating all of your creation wands, along with the pictures, visuals, or the final frame, the final slide outcome of your goal, or taking the quantum leap and getting crystal clear about what it is you intend and going direct to the film archives and change out your current film role depicting your current relationship saga and dramas. Okay? Now, remember, however, you cannot intend a specific person. Okay? Remember that? No specific people. Okay? No. It's a no. Okay, so here are some fill in the blanks journaling exercises to excavate those golden nuggets about the details and qualities you intend to materialize in your love relationship sector. Okay, so here's something that I found helpful. If I weren't so afraid, I would intend, complete that one. And you can work at any angle, okay? Feeling loved and adored feels like, feeling loved and adored looks like, feeling loved and adored smells like, feeling loved and adored tastes like, feeling loved and adored is, I am surrounded by, all right, fill in the blanks. Okay, my honey bunnies, that is my speech. We will continue to unpack and get more intimate with the new relationship template of the 4th level relationships of the heart-based new humanity residing in the true quantum field creation field universe. Now, we have a brand new website. That's right. LoveTruth&Beauty, A-N-D, beauty.com. is up, it's live, and I encourage each of you to check out my welcome video where I invite you to opt in for my free video training that lets you know straight up what the actual fuck waking up means. That's right, what the fuck waking up means and what the fuck it is. For real. New age bullshit free. Okay, true spirituality, kids. All right, so opt in. All right, please help me grow my channel by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving a comment in the comments box below or in private. Please share this video with your community's friends, family members, and on social media platforms you feel would benefit from this content. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload next. And if you find value, enjoy, or benefit from my content and videos and offerings, or at least entertained by them, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is below, or you can support my work by buying me the proverbial cup of coffee, so to speak, on coffee.com/DakiniKiss. And my contact information is below with my link tree so that you can hook up with me on all my stuff and get acquainted with everything there. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me, with your participation and focused attention. I really do appreciate it. I cannot do this work without you, and I do this for you. So until next time, my beloveds, always act from love, outside of the matrix, from your center screen, composing a new reality, quantum jumping all of your lifelines. That's right. Let's keep up leveling so that we can all be the love that we are. We can share our love. We can create. We can make art, make music, make love. And you can all help me repopulate the true quantum field creation field universe. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my beautiful waking gods and goddesses. Mwah!